All right, let's flip it over and go to the defensive side. Who has the edge between UW and WSU on the defensive side of the ball?
I'll go first.
Me?
Hey, no, Micah, why don't you go, bud?
Yeah, go for
ahead,
it.
Micah.
Yeah. Well, the thing that stands out to me the most is Arizona State had 15 rushing yards last week. Yeah, we were playing at home.
Micah, Arizona State's just not that good at football either.
Oh, agreed. No doubt. Their quarterback's been banged up. They played with their third-string quarterback for most of the year. Thankfully, he was back against us, which might give us some clout. But I'm just saying the Huskies primarily, they've been a defensive team from the get-go. Last year, we were defense first. This year, we're still defense first. And I think although Wazoo's, got a good offense, Colorado put up 250 yards rushing against the Cougars, and I got to tell you that I think Myles Gaskin and LaVon Coleman are a lot better backs than the guy for Colorado. So I don't know. Defensively, I think it's going to be somewhat of a high-scoring game, but I don't know. I got to go to the Dogs on this one.
All right. Drew, who do you think has the edge defensively in this matchup?
Yeah, I agree. Despite injuries, it's the Dogs, and where I've looked the last couple of weeks is just the stats of who they've played before in the strength of schedule, where I'm always the big strength of schedule guy in the room. And if you just haven't played anybody and you've held them to not a lot of points, hey, good for you. Anybody can schedule, Sunshine State Tech and hold their running back to 4 yards.
Go Rainbows.
You know what I mean? So anybody can do that. So the UW's actually played some tough teams as of late. Yeah, they got outclassed by USC, but I think that was more Sam Darnold than it was on the ground. And I think UW's secondary needs to lock it up if they want to keep this Washington State offense in check.
Kellen, what do you think? Defensive side of the ball. Who's got the edge?
Yeah. Fun fact to the question we had previously was the offensive question. The fun thing about the WSU offense, they have 2 running plays, and so it is Falk's job to call a run play. Mike Leach never calls a run play, so that's how much trust he has in Luke Falk to run the offense.
That's so
Just
awesome.
Kind of a crazy side note, but honestly, I agree with Drew and Micah with this question. No question, the edge is to the UW defense, even with the losses of Azim Victor and Joe Mathis to injuries, and even though Gardenhire ends up transferring as of this week, the Huskies are still better on defense. They fly around. They have better athletes on the defensive side of the ball. I agree with Micah. They probably have better athletes overall as well on the team compared to WSU. And I truly believe that the UW defense will force a defensive touchdown in this Apple Cup.
All right. So clean
Drew,
sweep.
Can I say something real quick?
Yep.
Yeah. Drew hit it on the head because they lost. Now let's remember this. Granted, first game of the year, they lost at home to Eastern and gave up 496 passing yards.
Yeah.
To an Eastern quarterback whose name is not Jake Browning and was not in the Heisman race. That's my point here.
Well, Cooper Kupp's a stud, but
Right.
no, completely agree with you there.
So a clean sweep there. Everyone thinks that the UW defense has the edge over the WSU defense.